So today we'll start with statistics. Now you have introduction of statistics and a few theoretical points initially, then we'll go into the problems of it. Now once I start the problems and all, I would expect all of you to, have a, some book or piece of paper along with a pen so that you can practice along with me because I'll be giving you practice problems and that will start within a class or two, maybe three classes it will take for the initial theory portion to be over. Some basic things that you need to know before getting into the thick of the problems and all of that. But I do expect you to have a piece of paper in this thing. Okay, be ready. And most probably after a while, I'll regularly start taking the evening class as well. So between 3 to 4, सुबह में एक प्रॉब्लम करेंगे, शाम में फिर से वही प्रॉब्लम को प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. Okay, so that it can get solidified. And research aspects can be a little boring. That is why I'm starting statistics now, and it will give you enough time to practice this until your exam comes. Now, we'll start off with the definition of statistics and introduction to statistics. Basically, what is statistics, how it is used, and all as such. Now, statistics is concerned with collection of data, systematic collection of numerical data, and interpreting that data for your own advantage. So, taking some data, ठीक है, अब जैसा आप रिसर्च में कर रहे थे, अब जैसा रिसर्च में कर रहे थे, you are performing an experiment and you are collecting data. Whatever sort of data you collect, whether it be quantitative, qualitative, जैसा भी कर रहे हैं, especially quantitative data, जहाँ पर numbers associated रहते हैं, you try to interpret that data and try to get an answer. That interpretation will involve statistics. Okay. Now you have numerical facts. Okay. For example, number of people in an area. That is a numerical fact. Okay. And you can study several ways of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting fact. वो पूरे statistics के अंदर आता है. Where all can you use statistics now? One second. So usage of statistics comes in many areas. For example, I'll give you some common examples. We have economics. Let's suppose we are talking about formulation of a 5-year plan. Okay, 5-year plan when government is planning what to do in the next 5 years. Agriculture पे वो करने वाले हैं या education पे करने वाले हैं या IT पे focus करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, especially in a matter of allocation of budget. That is where statistics comes because you can clearly see which sector is growing more and which sector might be lagging behind. Okay, where you need to put more of your focus depending on the type of population that you have. Let's suppose you have more engineers in your, like India, let's suppose there are a lot of engineers in India. So making sure that you are able to focus and put a lot of budget in the development of science and development of IT, research in IT and as such IT itself will help your country. तो वो statistical data से आता है आपको information. अब जो the conclusion that you are coming to that okay there are a lot of engineers here, that comes from statistical data and you can see the growth that they are having over the years. Or in general in the industrial area mein, for assigning or calculating, let's suppose you are trying to calculate number of units of a commodity. Okay, how much amount of a particular commodity can be produced. Let's suppose I'm talking about one handbag. Okay, one handbag कितना अमाउंट में प्रोड्यूस हो रहा, कितना डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रहा, मैं कितना प्राइस उसको लगाना ताकि I'll be in profit or at least I'll not be in a loss. ठीक है, especially to understand profit and loss and to understand profit and loss using linear programming. As you keep going, as you keep on expanding your business, how will your profit or loss get affected? आप वही कमोडिटी को कितना बढ़ाना पड़ता प्राइस till you come to break even as in how much you are putting exactly that much you are getting without any profit or without any loss, and how much you'll have to sell or how much you'll have to do for you to push it to profit. तो उसमें आपको statistics involved रहता. आप ट्रांसपोर्ट में यूज कर सकते हैं स्पेशली टू मिनिमाइज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट. So for example, you'll see several studies mentioning statistically speaking this area is more safer to drive in compared to that area. So आप ट्रांसपोर्ट में ऐसा भी देख सकते हैं, maybe that area is more prone to accidents or that area is more prone to weather fluctuations, maybe it rains more in a particular area or they have more of a steep hilly area, वहां पर maybe road transportation is not that good, maybe air transportation would be better, things like that वहां पर. या फिर कोई इंडस्ट्री का लोकेशन एंड साइज चूज करने के लिए, स्पेशली यू आर कमिंग अप विद अ न्यू इंडस्ट्री, एक फैक्ट्री डालना है, विच एरिया विल बी मोर सूटेबल, जहां पर पॉपुलेशन ज्यादा नहीं है, स्पेशली इफ देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट कमिंग आउट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट, तो विच एरिया विल बी सूटेबल आपको प्लांट डालने के लिए. You can do marketing service to increase sales, उसमें स्टैटिस्टिक्स इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल स्टडीज में इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं. इन्वेंट्री अगर आप चेक करना है, इन्वेंट्री सर्वेलेंस, आपके पास कितना ऑलरेडी सामान है, हाउ मच इन्वेंट्री डू यू हैव, हाउ मच इन्वेंट्री डू यू हैव टू गेट टू मीट द डिमांड ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट. लेट्स सपोज यू आर अ बिजनेसमैन ऑफ कैंडीज एग्जांपल, ठीक है, and your candy is very popular and you have to know how many people, what is the consumption rate of people on a daily basis or on a monthly basis, how much you need to replenish stocks, you get to perform a general inventory surveillance altogether. या फिर बैंक्स में भी यूज करते हैं, बैंक्स में बहुत यूज करते हैं, बिकॉज दिस विल हेल्प इन ट्रेड मार्केट, स्पेशली to focus the ups and downs of trade market, also to understand how your deposits will be in future. Okay, will those generally go on upward trend or will they go on a downward trend? What is better? आप कौन से एरिया में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं? Now even banks, even if you perform, let's suppose most of you have fixed deposits or your parents will have fixed deposits. Someone in your family will have fixed deposit. Very common in India. Okay, what banks will do is essentially they'll take the money from the fixed deposit and they themselves will do business out of it. So they use your money and do business out of it. Now, once they are getting some sort of profit, more often than not, they'll have their own, financial advisors, and they'll generally go on an upward trend where there is profit. Now, depend on the profit, each and every one of you will get some cut of it. That will be your, quarterly interest that you get. That will also depend on अब अलग-अलग टाइप के अकाउंट रहते हैं. You can have a specific account that will purely put your account into this, trading perspective. So आपका पूरा पैसा खाली trading में use कर दे. Or else what banks will do is they'll show your money and take credit upon it. So, but there are several ways of doing it. All of that will involve heavy statistics. One example that I can give you in your own field. Let's suppose in nursing, how we use statistics. Let's suppose I pose a question. What is the level of job satisfaction nurses experience while working in different regions? Please make sure that your mic is mute when you join. Let's suppose, as I was telling you, I pose a question to go into a hospital and pose a question that what is the level of job satisfaction nurses will experience while working on different units or different branches. For example, psychiatric branch है या cardiac branch है या OBG branch है या अलग departments भी बोलो उसको. आप कैसे करेंगे वो? You'll initially collect data, ठीक है? You'll tally the total number of nurses, then you will collect data. Now up the data जो है job satisfaction, how will you categorize it? You'll make a questionnaire and you can pose a question like this. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's suppose 1 is the least satisfied or not satisfied altogether, to 10 which is highly satisfied, where would you rate your job satisfaction on a general basis? Okay? Now we can also examine other criteria. For example, employee turnover rate. Okay? How many employees are staying with you over the years? Okay? In each unit, as every year goes, some people will leave, some people will join. What is the overall trend? ज़्यादा लोग join होते जा रहे हैं, is it remaining the same, or more and more people are leaving a job? That also can indirectly tell you whether they are job satisfied or not, they are satisfied with the job or not. Or absentee record. If there are more absentees, you can generally take that as a sign that people are not satisfied with the job. That is why they are being absent. ठीक है? तो आप ऐसा correlate कर सकते हैं. वो पूरा data लेने के बाद you can organize it and analyze it. From that you'll be able to tell how many people and what is their average satisfaction level. So for example, let's suppose after you perform the study on about 100 nurses in a hospital, let's suppose there are 100 nurses and you perform the study, and the average that you get is, let's suppose, 7.5. Meaning on an average people are quite satisfied with their job. There is room for improvement. There is difference between 7.5 and 10, but on an average people are satisfied with the way their job is going. So आप वैसा data आप analyze करके आप data को interpret कर सकते हैं using statistics. Then we have scales of measurement. So I hope you understood the basic uses of statistics, what statistics is and where all it can be employed and how it is important. Now coming to scales of measurement. So this is essentially the different ways in which numbers or variables are defined and categorized. How you can separate different variables, how you can categorize different variables. Each measurement scale has their own set of properties. There are generally four main scales of measurement that are used. Okay, each of them will have their own advantage and each of them will have their own specificity. एक particular scenario में एक particular तरीके में वो appropriate रहते हैं. Okay. One particular type of analysis will require one particular type of scale of measurement. So there are four main types of scales of measurement. One second, I have an image somewhere here. Hold on. Never mind. One second. So the basic scales of measurement will be nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. ये चार scales of measurement which are commonly used. We start off with nominal. This is the most simple of the scales. This will categorize data and numbers. Okay, it will use identifiers. For example, nominal scale is sports players today. Okay, they will have a number behind their jersey. Okay, whether it be football players, rugby players, cricket players, whatever they have a number behind their jersey. That number represents one player. Okay, so let's suppose number one represents Sachin. Example. Number two represents Dravid. Number three represents someone else. Number four represents someone else. XYZ जो भी है. तो आपको पता रहता from a scale of 0 to 100 or 0 to 1000, each number has its own representation. Or for example, if I do a study wherein I'm keeping gender as a variable. So let's suppose I'm coding one for female and two for male. इसका मतलब ये रहता कि जब भी मैं डेटा मेंशन कर रहा हूँ, if I write one, it will account as one female. Two, it will account as one male. That is the nominal scale of measurement. So for example, if I have 500 ones, ठीक है? If I have 500 codes of one and 450 code of twos, इसका मतलब रहता है 450 मेल पॉपुलेशन है वो पर्टिकुलर स्टडी में एंड 500 फीमेल पॉपुलेशन वो पर्टिकुलर स्टडी में. ठीक है, इट विल बी इजियर टू इंटरप्रेट डेटा rather than just writing names. You are assigning one code for each variable and वो कोड जो है आप नंबर के वे में यूज कर रहे हैं. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड नॉमिनल. नंबर के बेस पे आप कैटेगराइज कर रहे हैं. अब आप जर्सी में भी ले लिए द प्रीवियस एग्जांपल क्रिकेट जर्सीज एंड ऑल. तो one is representing a different player, two is representing a different player. Sometimes those numbers also indicate that player's position. So maybe one person is a slip, the other person, another number is maybe a pacer, another number might be wicket keeper, XYZ. जो भी आप जैसा assign कर रहे हैं, अलग-अलग numbers को अलग-अलग assign कर रहे हैं. So you'll be clearly able to find the order in it. That is one scale of measurement, nominal scale of measurement. Okay. Now coming to ordinal scale of measurement. इसमें order important रहता. Ordinal scale of measurement generally shows rank or relationship. इसका मतलब क्या है? For example, let's suppose there is a group of 10 people who are competing in one particular race or something, any particular competition. You will have an order to them. मतलब there will be a person who will come first, second, third. ये ऑर्डिनल सेल आता. ठीक है, 1 to 10 एक एक पोजीशन रहता है, एक एक का रिलेशनशिप रहता है एक दूसरे से. इसका मतलब क्या है? फर्स्ट पर्सन बीट द सेकंड पर्सन टू द 10th person, meaning out of all the 10 people, first person was the first one to win. He was the best one essentially. Second was better than the rest but not better than the first one. Similarly, third and fourth and fifth ऐसा ऑर्डर आता है. आपको एक एक रैंक असाइन कर सकते हैं आप अलग अलग इंडिविजुअल. ठीक है. Another example of where ordinal cell can come into picture is लेट्स सपोज आप पेन कैटेगराइज कर रहे हो, ठीक है, यू गो टू अ पेशेंट एंड यू आस्क देम टू कैटेगराइज पेन. So you have a something called a Glasgow pain scale, or you'll have different pain scales. ठीक है, अलग अलग के शीट्स में अलग अलग रहते हैं. Generally Glasgow is the one that is used. Essentially, you go up to a patient and you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your pain level as? ठीक है, that is an ordinal scale. तो आप जो है आप clearly पूछ रहे हो उनको, how much would you rate your own pain? Let's suppose the patient is saying 5 or 6. आपको एक ऑर्डर पता चल जाता है क्या है. 6 is greater than 5 but less than 7. अलग अलग ऑर्डर है उसका. Okay? So that will represent ordinal data as such. Then we have interval scale. If you're having any doubts or if you want me to repeat anything again, please feel free to ask. You don't understand anything because this is the basics of your statistics. अगर ये समझ में नहीं आया तो बाद में problems करना थोड़ा मुश्किल रहता. All of this will have a snowball effect. One will build on another will build on the third. वैसा रहता. एक अगर फाउंडेशन समझ में नहीं आता आपको बाद में परेशानी होती. Feel free to ask doubts. Now, interval scale, essentially, this will represent equal units. Now, in this, 0 also has a value. Matlab, let's suppose if one interval scale का example is your temperature. आप जो temperature लेते हैं, let's suppose you go to a patient or you are performing an experiment and you are seeing temperature variance. 0 is not absolute 0. It is not equal to no value. It has a value. 0 also has a value. 0 is literally a temperature. तो अगर आप डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड में भी देख रहे हैं, -1 इज अ प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर, 0 इज अ प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर, 1 इज अ प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर. अलग अलग इंटरवल्स पे आपको अलग अलग डेटा मिल रहा है जो मेजर कर सकते हैं आप, जिसकी क्वांटिटी मेजर कर सकते हैं. ऑल ऑफ दोस यूनिट्स हैव इक्वालिटी. ईच ऑफ दोस आर इक्वल इन द सेंस दैट 1 represents 1 degree, 2 represents another degree, 3 represents another degree. ठीक है, ये पूरे में एक एक डिग्री का डिफरेंस है. या 0 and 10 अगर आप लिए तो ये दोनों में 10 डिग्रीज का डिफरेंस है. फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा, each unit has their own representation and each unit is equal in the sense they'll not be equal to each other but they'll be equal as units. ठीक है, all of them are units that are equated. Nothing will have a true zero as such. ठीक है, there'll be no 0 point altogether interval. Then there is ratio. And ratio is very similar to interval scale, but it will equate 0. ठीक है, यहाँ पर जो है, for example, there is, it has an absolute 0, in the sense that no numbers will exist below 0. 0 के नीचे आप नहीं जा सकते रेशियो में. For example, अगर आप height and weight का रेशियो ले, ठीक है, you cannot have 0 height or 0 weight. ठीक है, so you will cease to exist in that sense. या फिर आप लेंथ का रेशियो ले रहे हैं, नेगेटिव नंबर्स आर आल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल इन रेशियोस. ठीक है, इन जनरल दोस आर रेशियोस. अलग अलग सिनेरियो में आप डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ डेटा यू हैव, यू विल अप्लाई डिफरेंट स्केल ऑफ मेजरमेंट. आप कभी ऑर्डिनल यूज कर सकते हैं, नॉमिनल यूज कर सकते हैं, इंटरवल यूज कर सकते हैं या रेशियो यूज कर सकते हैं. जनरली स्पीकिंग, इंटरवल स्केल एंड रेशियो स्केल जो है, दोस आर कॉल्ड पैरामीट्रिक मेजर्स. ठीक है, they are parametric because they will conform to certain parameters of the population. ठीक है, पैरामीट्रिक इन लोग इसलिए बोलते हैं बिकॉज दोज नंबर्स जो इंटरवल में आते हैं या रेशियो में आते हैं, उन लोगों को मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं, ऐड कर सकते हैं, डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, they can be subtracted. Whereas if you take nominal or ordinal scale, they are non-parametric. You cannot do all of this. You cannot add them. You cannot subtract them. As I told you, nominal या ordinal एक order है या एक number assigned है. उसमें आप क्या सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं या क्या ऐड करते हैं, यू कैन नॉट ऐड और सब्ट्रैक्ट दैट. ठीक है, अब जैसा टेम्परेचर है, दैट इज अ पैरामीट्रिक स्केल, उसमें आप ऐड कर सकते हैं या डिक्रीज कर सकते हैं. नॉमिनल ऑर्डिनल में ईच थिंग इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग वन पर्टिकुलर यूनिट, वेयर इन लेट्स सपोज वी टेक ऑर्डिनल स्केल, फर्स्ट प्राइस है, सेकंड प्राइस है, उसमें आप ऐड या सब्ट्रैक्ट नहीं कर सकते. इट इज ऑलरेडी देयर, रिप्रेजेंट्स एन ऑर्डर एंड दैट रिलेशनशिप इन दैट ऑर्डर. वेयर अगर इंटरवल है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल टेम्परेचर है या सी लेवल है, सी लेवल इज ऑल्सो एन एग्जाम्पल, डिफरेंट हाइट्स विल रिप्रेजेंट डिफरेंट सी लेवल. या रेशियो है, आप हाइट को बढ़ा सकते हैं, हाइट को कम कर सकते हैं, वेट को बढ़ा सकते हैं, वेट को कम कर सकते हैं, मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे से. ठीक है, यू कैन मल्टीप्लाई द रेशियोस, We cannot do that in nominal and ordinal scale. That is why nominal and ordinal scales are called non-parametric and interval and ratio scales are called parametric. Now, depending on what type of scale of measurement you are using, the final test, later on you'll learn about this, parametric tests alag rehte hain, non-parametric tests alag rehte hain. So statistical tests rehte hain, tests of significance will kick that up. Thoda hai, but it is there. Depending on what type of scale of measurement is being used, you will use a different type of statistical analysis tool. ठीक है आपके डेटा को इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए parametric tests are generally considered easier because you can, how should I put it? You can manipulate those variables much more easily compared to non-parametric ones. Okay. Then we have frequency distribution table. Now, in most studies, what will happen is you will be given large amounts of data. Large amount of large data is collected, large amount of information is collected, and data is segregated. अब आप जो है frequency distribution table अगर आप डालें, तो you can see whether one particular unit is being represented again and again. For example, let's suppose आप एक frequency distribution table डालें जहां पर let me put it, give you an example of frequency distribution table कैसा दिखता. Let's suppose you collect a bunch of boys and girls, ठीक है, and आप क्या कर रहे हैं, आप उन लोगों को अलग अलग कलर्स के शर्ट्स एंड साड़ी सेलेक्ट करो बोलो, ओके, टू बॉयज एंड टू गर्ल्स, ठीक है, and in certain scenarios you are combining the items and giving to them as well. Now you are trying to find which person will like one particular color of saree and which gender will like one particular set of saree or shirt. Once I draw the table, it will be easier for you to understand. तो यहाँ पर जेंडर लगा देंगे, यहाँ पर आइटम, लेट्स सपोज यहाँ पर कलर चॉइस लगा, ठीक है, लेट्स सपोज देयर आर 3 कलर्स. We have white, pink and blue. Okay. Let's suppose these 3 colors are present. यहाँ पर टोटल आप डिवाइड करिए. So the pretext is that you are collecting a bunch of boys and a bunch of girls, and you're asking them to select one particular type of saree and one particular type of shirt. Imagine. Yeah. So let's suppose you go with boys first. यहाँ पर you are giving them 2 items. One is a saree, another is a shirt. Okay. And let's suppose 10 people are selecting white sarees and 30 people are selecting pink sarees and 20 people are selecting blue sarees. तो टोटल 60 बॉयज हो गए. अब वही 60 बॉयज को फिर शर्ट का चॉइस दिए तो let's suppose 50 boys are selecting this thing, white shirts. Maybe no one is selecting a pink shirt, and maybe 10 people are selecting blue shirts. ठीक है। तो द नंबर ऑफ बॉयज रिमेन द सेम, 60 बॉयज है एंड आप उनको साड़ी दे रहे हैं और शर्ट दे रहे हैं, विच एवर चॉइस है। ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं। लुक क्लोजली, यू आर क्लियरली एबल टू सी how many boys are selecting white, how many boys are selecting pink, how many boys are selecting blue. You are able to assign frequency to each and every one of them. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर color choice is being repeated. Essentially, एक boy, let's suppose there was one boy, Narsimha, who liked white, then another boy, let's suppose Raju, who liked white again. तो वो frequency 2 हो जाता. Maybe a third boy came, Rahul, who liked pink. तो 2-1 हो जाता फ्रीक्वेंसी जब। तो अब फ्रीक्वेंसी में अलग अलग कितने बार वो पर्टिकुलर डेटा सेट या वो पर्टिकुलर रिजल्ट रिपीट होते गया, यहाँ पर आपको रिजल्ट्स आप टैली कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, सेम लेट्स सपोज आप गर्ल्स को करें। ठीक है, अगेन यू गिव देम द सेम चॉइस wherein you have a sari and you have a shirt here. ठीक है, अब लेट्स सपोज आउट ऑफ कितने लेंगे, 70 ले लो। ठीक है, लेट्स सपोज देयर 70 गर्ल्स, 20 girls chose white saree and 20 girls chose pink saree and let's suppose 30 girls chose blue saree. ठीक है, then shirt, let's suppose 40 girls chose white shirt, 10 girls chose pink shirt and 20 girls chose blue shirt. तो यहाँ पर आपको पता चल जाता, डिपेंडिंग ऑन डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ जेंडर, विच पर्सन इज लाइकिंग व्हाट टाइप ऑफ शर्ट, एंड आप ये डेटा को कंबाइन भी कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं कंबाइन भी ले लिया डेटा को, फिर से 2 कैटेगरीज क्रिएट करता हूं मैं, शर्ट एंड साड़ी। ठीक है, तो अब यहाँ पर देखो साड़ी कितने लोगों को पसंद आया, 10 बॉयज को पसंद आया व्हाइट साड़ी, 10 बॉयज को पसंद आया, 20 गर्ल्स को पसंद आया, यहाँ पर 30 हो गया। ठीक है, एंड हाउ मेनी पीपल लाइक अ पिंक साड़ी, ओनली 50 पीपल लाइक दिस। ठीक है, एंड यहाँ पर फिर 50 बचता, बिकॉज देयर आर 60 बॉयज एंड 70 गर्ल्स, टोटल नंबर ऑफ पीपल विल बी 70। अगर 80 ऑलरेडी चले गया तो यू कैन क्लियरली सी अब फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में you can see that unit being represented or that unit repeating again and again, and which unit is repeating more and which unit is repeating less. ये 90 कैसा आया, boys selected 50 boys selected white shirt and 40 girls selected white shirt, तो 90 लोगों को white shirt पसंद आया। ठीक है, 10 people like the pink shirt and let's suppose 30 people like the blue shirt। ठीक है, तो 20, 10 plus 20, यहाँ पर आप क्लियरली पता चल जा रहा what will sell more. Let's suppose you are a businessman and you are going to a random place and you are selecting boys and you are selecting girls and you are seeing what will be their response to white shirts, white pink shirts and blue shirts, and white sari, pink sari and blue sari. So you can clearly see out of this what will sell more. So for example, white shirt सबसे ज्यादा बिकता, then blue shirt बिकता, then pink shirt बिकता। pink shirt बहुत कम लोग लेते हैं, out of 130 only 10 people are selecting, 90 people are selecting white shirt, and pink and blue saree are on a tie, so half people will like pink and half people will like blue. Some people might also like a white saree, but fewer, not as many as pink and blue. तो आप frequency distribution से आप essentially distribute कर रहे हैं डेटा को, putting a frequency distribution table. It will help in grouping large number of series or large number of observations. Okay? And you'll be able to present the data concisely. All frequencies are considered together, forming a frequency distribution. How frequency is a characteristic वो represent करता है, मैं उसको record करता हूँ. In that same group, how frequently one particular set of data is being repeated. एक ग्रुप में, अब यहाँ पर एक ग्रुप 130 पीपल का हो गया, ये टोटल जो है फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पर टोटल कितना था 10, 30 एंड ये 60 आया, फिर यहाँ भी 60 आता, यहाँ 70 आता, यहाँ भी 70 आता, टोटल इन लोगों का 130 फिर 130 आता, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स। ठीक है, in a frequency distribution table the number of times each event occurs is counted, ठीक है, and the frequency of each group is repeated. अब आप tabulation might be qualitative या quantitative, आप quantitatively भी tabulate कर सकते हैं, qualitatively भी tabulate कर सकते हैं, that we'll see tomorrow. Okay, how qualitative data is tabulated in a frequency and how quantitative data is tabulated in a frequency, but essentially this is a frequency distributed table. ठीक है, आपको problems में ऐसा देते data, and from that you have to extract what you need for your statistical analysis. चलो